So what's up, everyone? It is your girl Jail Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into volume 2 of palettes I buy and never use. So I have palettes I buy from certain brands. Certain brands I just buy eyeshadow palettes from that I don't ever really use. I might use it for like a review purpose, but it's not something I necessarily grab for. It's not necessarily that the brand is bad. It's just more of some brands you all like to see me review, and I don't always like everything from them, or I don't like, I'm not as into the brand as you are into the brand, but since I know you're into the brand, I'll go ahead and pick up the thing. Or sometimes it's just like, you know, I just tell some newer things and I just want to get a background to the older things, which a lot of times that's what it is for me. But you know, things I truly love, I do make time for. So these are just things that's like, I like these brands. It's just, I don't know, reach for them after I do the review, because it's like every 5 minutes something else comes out, and you know, we got prioritized, girl. So I figured I'd start off with one that I've only reviewed a couple of times, but you all seem to like when I did. I think y'all like the videos when I reviewed this. I reviewed it so long ago, girl, I honestly don't remember, but I like the brand myself, which is why I keep buying stuff. This is Playing in Makeup by Yolanda. Now this is one of those mini palettes she had made. This is Mixy Mauves. This is just the one I picked out of my drawer. I don't really see purples as mauve, but you know, I guess you can call it mauve if you want. Anyway, the point is, this is one of the palettes that I never reached for. The only palette I really reach for from this brand, when I do reach for this brand, is the Jamrock No Limitations palette. But y'all know I love a jewel tone grungy moment myself, so of course that would be the one I would reach for the most. That's just, you know, I feel like you should expect. But yeah, I have like, I think 4 or 5 of these little bitty ones. I have 5 of these little bitty ones right here. I just decluttered one when I was decluttering my eyeshadow palettes last night. And then I have the, what is it, the Relentless one that I got for Christmas from my friend. I think I've only used that one a couple of times. So I really like the brand, and I really like the stuff she comes out with. It's just I rarely get to reach for it because I always have to come out with something new. But great products, great quality. I just have so much stuff I have to review till I don't be having, you know, time to do all that. Next, I have e.l.f. Cosmetics. So when it comes to eyeshadow palettes, they have gotten way better than they used to be. Y'all know those bite sizes are fire. Everybody's talking about how the bite sizes are fire. I mean, they're fire for $4, but you know, are they like super fire compared to other stuff I have? No. This palette is actually really good though. The Chipotle one, I ended up buying this off somebody on Poshmark because I wasn't gonna get it at all because I was like, what's the purpose? But then I heard the formula was amazing. Then when I went to get it, it was gone. But I was blessed enough to be able to find someone selling it for I think like 17 bucks, and I think it was originally 15 or something like that. I don't know, but it is good quality. And I have their Retro Paradise one that I really like as well. So I have 2 or 3 different eyeshadows from e.l.f. that I really think are worth it and were good enough to stay in my collection. But as a general, I just don't get a chance to use them. So I mean, realistically, do I have time to grab for this one? Like 20 eyeshadow palettes just dropped 5 minutes ago while we were talking? No, I don't. So although I think that's a really good palette, another thing is a lot of their palettes are limited edition that are really good, so I can't use them, and I'm not going to try to reach for a quad to do a whole eye look when I have whole eyeshadow palettes like this sitting around. Like, there's just no purpose. So let me go grab a battery and then we'll continue on, girl. So next we have Sigma. So I really like Sigma's eyeshadow formula. I think it's really good. I think they have a lot of nice color stories and unique things going on. But the only thing is, like, when it comes to reviewing stuff, like a lot of times if you're not on Sigma's PR list, and then when I do buy stuff to review for Sigma, you all don't seem to be that receptive to it. So I still buy stuff from the brand because I love it myself. Like, I'm going to buy the new Mod palette coming up, but my mom's birthday came up and I had to buy stuff for her, so I had to prioritize. So that's why I haven't bought it yet. You haven't seen a review yet, because I mean, it's a Mauve tone palette. You know I'm buying it, but you know, I just couldn't because, you know, I gotta wait. But this is what she looks like on the inside. This is the Enchanted one. I really like their formula. I really like their eyeshadows. It's just I have to prioritize with what you want to see versus what I necessarily want. So even though I might buy, but yeah, just like I was saying, I have to prioritize. And if you all aren't as interested in it, even though I like the brand, I like the products, and in my free time, I still have to test out other products to bring updates back to you later. It's just I don't ever get around to like using it. The only one I will say I did make time to use was the Cinderella one, but y'all know with the blue and purple palette, I wasn't gonna miss out on the opportunity, even if y'all wasn't as excited about it as I was. Okay. Next I have Kara Beauty. So I like Kara Beauty a lot. This is actually my favorite Kara Beauty palette, which is why I'm making sure I bought it. Like, the formula on this thing is amazing. Compared to the other palettes I've tried from them, I feel like this is the best palette I have tried from the brand. I did buy another one at TJ Maxx recently for like 10 bucks, and these are usually like $23.99 or $25.99 on their website. So that was definitely a steal for $14. I think it was $9.99 or $14.99. That was way better than paying the almost $30 they charge after shipping and taxes. So I was here for it. But I feel like with them they have like a lot of hit and miss palettes, like those smaller ones I did, like the what is the confidential one, the blue and purple palette they had come out, like they press really hard and then they have a whole bunch of pressed glitters in them. That doesn't necessarily deter me, but it doesn't make me excited to like grab for it after I give you all a review for it, since it is a brand I review on my channel. So with them it's just more of their formula being hit and miss, and then the fact that they always want to stick these pressed glitters in there, and then I feel like their shimmers and mattes are sometimes pressed entirely too hard in the pan when it comes to those smaller square ones. A lot of times that's why I personally don't reach for them. So with them there's like legit reasons why I don't necessarily reach for them, but still buy them to review, because they are still on the more affordable side. And although I do a lot of luxury and high-end stuff, I do have affordable things that I do think and think they're worth it, and I do think their color stories always make it worth it. It's just more of, is the formula going to be good or bad? And it's like, you know, I want you all to be aware if the formula is good or bad as well, so that's why I go out of my way to buy them and try them out. But after that I usually don't reach for them too much anymore, although that is the one I've reached for the most out of all their palettes. I think I've used that at least 3 times, and y'all know with the palette collection I have, that's a big deal, reaching for a palette 3 times, as sad as that is. But next I have BH Cosmetics. So again, they have hit and miss palettes too. Like to me this palette is a miss. This one's a miss. This is the Mimosa one. Sorry it's hard to show because of the reflection on it. I guess I'll just, and I'll leave it right there. I don't know. I hope that's working for you. But yeah, like this one, to me this one is a miss, the Mimosa one, but it's mainly because of the color range. And then the Party in Puerto Rico, the quality on that isn't as good as the Paris one. So it's like they have hits and misses in their collection. And plus a lot of the times I'll just try it out for a video because it's one of the brands I review a lot, like I've been saying throughout, and then I'll like go to my other stuff that I normally like, because I'm more of like an indie girl or Pat McGrath, Natasha Nona kind of girl. So I'll reach more likely for indie and high-end stuff over, and luxury over some of these affordable things I'm showing you. But I do have reasons for just about every single palette I'm showing you to give you ideas as to why I don't really reach for it. Next I have Beauty Bay. So again, Beauty Bay is a brand I review a lot on my channel. You all like to watch when I review Beauty Bay. These videos do pretty good for me. I like the brand overall. It's just I'm not necessarily crazy about their shimmer formula. Their mattes are beautiful, but the shimmers are just, they look really crepey and on the lid, and then when you try to layer them, it just gets worse, and then it looks like you have wrinkly eyelids. We don't. So with them, it's just more, this is the new Romance, by the way. This is the Valentine's Day palette from 2020. The 2021 one I didn't buy because I wasn't impressed with it. As far as the color story goes, I feel like this color story is much better, and I'm so glad I got this over that one. But with Beauty Bay, it's just like they repeat a lot of shades, and then they come up with a lot of limited edition things. So it's like, if I tried to use the Wilderness palette right now, I don't even know if it's in stock and you can get it right now. So it's like, I don't want to be posting pictures with it on Instagram and then you can't get it. So that's why a lot of times I don't reach for them, because the stuff I like, they always seem to want to make limited edition. But since they have the berries, the earthy, and the midnight palette, and a lot of those have similar shades from their limited edition palettes. Like the earthy palette has quite a few dupes from Wilderness, if you all saw my IG story. And then the berries, I don't think it has that many dupes. It did have some dupes from that new Romance palette I just showed you though. And then the midnight palette has lots of dupes from the Book of Magic, which everybody loved from them originally. So it's like, I might be able to use those palettes now, but the palettes I initially had in my collection up until that point were all most likely limited edition. So it's like, I can't reach for it if I can't show it to you. Again, Nikki Tutorials, I have her palette, I like her palette, but I can't use that because it's limited edition. I mean, I know they still have it now, so I should probably use it while I can for Instagram pictures and whatnot. But Beauty Bay is one of those brands that comes out with a lot of limited edition things, and when you do that, I can't constantly use your stuff, because if I use it and someone wants to know what it is, I can't be like, oh, it's this palette that you can't get anymore when I post this Instagram picture. So with them and ColourPop and like e.l.f., for me it's hard a lot of times to, you know, use their stuff after I do an initial review on it, because it's like, if it was limited edition and then it disappears, I can't use this no more. So that's what sucks about limited edition makeup for someone like me who does make content for you all, because once it's gone, it's gone. Unless y'all ask me to make something and do a Throwback Thursday, even though it's Friday, video with it or something like that, I can't really justify using that, and it's just kind of wasted my collection. But some of it I just keep, again, for reference, because since Beauty Bay repeated a whole bunch of shades in the new palettes they came out with permanently, I wanted you to know if you had those limited edition palettes, you can keep it. So that's another reason it's really difficult for me to declutter, because if I decluttered it and then I had it in my collection, it's similar to something else that they just came out with. I don't want you going out and double buying. I'll do the double buying and then just sell it to somebody on Mercari or something who really wanted the palette initially. But let's get back to what we actually here for. What is this on my palette? Is that the glue coming off from the... Y'all, the glue is coming out of my Glamlite what is the Ice Cream Dream palette. So Glamlite, another brand I buy a lot of palettes from, but I don't use it often. You all seem to like my Glamlite content depending on what the content is. This is what she looks like on the inside if anyone's curious. But yeah, like a lot of the time with Glamlite, to me it's hard to store these. Like I just had the hardest time. I had to move things around in the bottom drawer to add, because I try to keep all the Glamlite in the bottom drawer. But I had to move stuff around in the bottom drawer, move it up to the 2 drawers just to be able to add the 3 Hershey Kisses in there. So because of their bulky packaging, I don't necessarily like to have their stuff because it's hard to store anywhere. Then there's the issue of, you know, if I even like the color story, because y'all know I don't like the formula of their shimmers, so then I have to like the color story. And then like with this palette right here, the mattes in here didn't even like stay the same tone that they were in the pan. They got darker. So it's like if I want the shade that's in the pan and it didn't show up on the shade when I put it on my eyes, like now I'm disappointed in the brand. It doesn't make me want to reach for the palette anymore. So it was like a multitude of reasons why I don't really reach for my Glamlite palettes. I just named those as like my general reasons. So those are the brands I buy and I never use, and I just gave you explanations as to all of them. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.